let's do tools. Actually, let's do ores. Okay. So we are live. Okay. So welcome back to day 2. Sorry I couldn't be on yesterday because my throat was absolutely killing me. I have some juicy juice right here. Other juices are available, but that is how I'm keeping my throat nice and ready. So today we will do a ore. So to start off, we're going to need a texture for our ore. So let's just grab iron. We will edit that in Paint. If it decides to load. There we go. Grab our magnifying glass. Oh, I just had chill. And we can start. So since we're doing a blue mod, I guess, we will start off by... Actually, let's do a lighter blue. Let's do it like this. We'll dab all the light... Oops. Dab all the light ones. There we go. Get a little darker. And now the darkest. Perfect. Well, it's good enough for me. So now we will save this as... Go to our summer course folder. Source, main, resources, assets, summer course, textures. Then we need new folder, blocks. And then inside this, we have to do blue ore as the texture. Okay. So now we have to go into our blocks and make a new class. Block blue ore. I did that wrong, so we're gonna hit F2 to rename. And that will just change anything that's referencing it. So we will extend block and import that. Now we need a constructor, so we will delete this and do material.stone.rock actually. Set block name. Blue ore. Set creative tab. And that should be it. Now, since we already did the register block icons, we can take this, copy and paste it right in here. We also want to make this public. We just want to change that to blue ore. And we are done. We just have to go to the mod blocks and add it here. So public static block ore equals new block blue ore. And then down here, game registry dot register block or dot get unlocalized name. Now, if we load it up, we will see our blue ore. So now we have our blue ore in the game. It actually looks really nice, and I may use that texture for something else. I actually really like that. That came out nice. I usually, when I'm looking at a texture as a whole, I'll make a 3x3 of it. Yeah, that looks really nice. And you can see it wraps around all edges. So now we just have to add this to our language file. So you'll do tile.ore, actually blue ore dot name equals blue ore. So we're just gonna name this creative tab. Actually, we don't need to, because we should know what it is, because we've named them. Save changes, and now we have our blue ore. So now we need to add a new package that I will call world. And let me bring up, oops, that's a sneak peek. Let me bring up my okay. So we need to make a world generator class that we will call blue world generator. Now we have to implement iWorld generator. Did I spell that wrong? Okay. I don't know if I spelled it wrong or something. So now that that's implemented, we need to add the unimplemented methods. And I'm just gonna do that because I don't like the multi-line. So this takes in the chunk X, the chunk Z, the random height, the world, the chunk generator, and the chunk provider. So what we need to do is we need to make a couple methods. A public static void generate end, and that's going to take in the world, the random height, the chunk X, and the chunk Z. We also need a generate nether, And finally we need a generate surface. Chunksy, not hunksy. So now, in this, we will do a... My key placement is all messed up. We will need chunk X. Oh no, I'm tabbed. Chunk X to the 4. Chunk Z. And then we're gonna do switch. Actually, we'll almost do nested loops of ifs. So if chunk generator instance of chunk provider generate, then generate surface world random chunk X chunk Z, else if chunk generator instance of chunk provider hell generate hell world random chunk X chunk Z. And then finally, if the chunk generator is the chunk provider for the end, then we're going to generate the end. Now we just have to Control-Shift-O to import everything, and we're good. So now, we are going to do OR generation, but I have to open up my ORGen that I did a while ago. This one, because I have forgotten over the past couple months, because I haven't done ORGen in months. One of those things that you do once and then forget about it. Well, that's not good. Oh, I removed that. I'm not using 1.7.10 anymore. You can delete that. Delete. Actually, we have to switch workspace first to my Minecraft one. Now we can delete that. There we go. Also, don't get excited by this, please. It's broken. Stay with me. It's broken right now, but I'll fix it in just a minute. Okay. So, it looks like all we need to do this real quick as well. Set this dot set block this dot. Oh, I forget how to do that as well. But we need to first go to our main class, and we need to game registry dot register world generator new blue world generator. Oh, I'm spelling generator wrong. That's why. And we just had to have an int 1 will do. So now, in our generate surface, we can do for int c for cricket equals 0. C is less than 10, because 10's a good number. And then C++. Int xchord equals chunk x plus height dot next int, and we want it to be 0 through 6. Then we need our y chord, and that will be height next int. That'll be 0 to 64, because that's where ors usually land. And then z chord equals chunk z plus height dot next int 6. So you know what? Let's do 16. And now, new world gen mineable, and that will be our mod blocks.or dot generate world height x chord y chord z chord. And now we just have to import that. So let's open up WorldGen Mineable and see what the constructor asks for. So it's asking for a block and an int. So the int would be the number of blocks to generate. Okay. So how many do we want? Let's say, let's go 5. We'll do a 5. Actually, 5, yeah. So now, if we load up our world, and go full screen. I don't know why it opens multiplayer when I do that. But now, actually, we need to, because flat worlds generate differently, we need to go into a regular world. And let's set our brightness to max. And dig around for a bit. grab some torches. I got some coal generating as normal. So we haven't changed the world gem at all. We're just adding to it. And it doesn't look like I'm finding anything. Hopefully if I can find like a cave system, just walk around in. Ah, here we go. Now I can walk around. And look at that. Our ore has generated naturally. Ooh, voice crack. So, as we can see, there's some there. Maybe go deeper. No. But, like, you can definitely turn it up. And you can see a few generate. I got 4 in that one. So 6 is, like, the biggest vein that you can get. But that is how you generate your ore randomly throughout the world. And since I forgot to set hardness, you can punch it and it'll break, which is not good. So what we need to do set hardness 2.0F. So that should be good. And just to make sure we're not missing anything, we can go to the Minecraft code and look how they did their ore. So let's try to find block ore. So it looks like we can actually we're going to actually do this. I'm going to take this, delete that, I'm going to put block ore here, and our block over here, and we're just going to get copying to make it function like a ore. So we need to get the item dropped. So that is an int x, random y, and int z. Import net Minecraft item and java.util. You don't want Scala, and well, unless you're working with Scala, but most people don't. So we are going to return item dot get item from block mod blocks dot ore. So that's going to return this block. Because most ores drop something that isn't themselves. Like gold is like the gold and iron are the only two. So now public int quantity dropped. How much will we drop? Random. And we're gonna return 1. So that's all we need. Public int quantity dropped with bonus. And we're still gonna return 1. Because why not? So that needs a int fortune and a random. Make it easy and return 1. Public void drop block as item with chance drops the block's items with a specific chance of dropping the specified items. So this takes a lot of parameters. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy these params. There we go. And rename them here. So we have world, we have x, y, z, the metadata, then we have the float for fortune, I believe, and then I don't know what this is, so I'm just going to call it par. So now this super calls the method, so we're just going to do that. Super.drop block as items with chance, world, x, y, z, metadata, fortune, par. At override, public int get xp drop, I block access world, int x, int y, int z. I think that's it. We can check. Yes. So we are going to return 0, because it's just a regular OR. So this saying, does it drop an item? Yes. Then return a random number for the amount of XP dropped. If it's not dropping an item, then it doesn't get XP. So we just have to import this. And